Ladies and gentlemen, we are live this episode of Over the Top Rope. It's much like my guest, it is real and it is raw. I have got artist Artois with me. How are you doing today?
It's August, not Argust.
I
Jesus
was
Christ.
listening to my cat through the door. He got me a little distracted there. My apologies.
Pussy can do that to guys. I understand.
It has been known to distract a guy once or twice. It has. And that's actually a kind of a great segue into the first question. I guess a couple months back on your Facebook, you posted a picture of you. I don't know what the venue is. You were standing in front of a girl at a table, and the caption was, "I'm real," and she wanted it raw.
That is true.
So
She didn't get it though.
that's I was going to ask you if you sealed the deal or if that was just a dud. You kind of had to.
Nobody's lucky enough to get their actual hands on me. They can look all they want. They can subscribe to my patreon.com/August Artois. But other than that, no. These women they don't get any free play.
No free play. They're just lucky to even be in like the same like building as you.
Same vicinity, you're damn right.
And I guess one of the other things is a big member, a couple of members of the Control Your Narrative actually re-signed with WWE and Karrion Cross or Killer Cross, how if that's how, and Braun Strowman. So how did that affect things? How did that go down?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it slowed things down a little bit for Control Your Narrative, but there's not a single member of Control Your Narrative or any of the fans that are upset about the situation. We're very happy. I mean, they literally their narrative was WWE, and they stepped out and controlled their narrative, and now look, and now they're back to making big money, and they're on their own pace and their own schedule. So. It affected us. We had to cancel, 98% of the tour because of it. A lot of things were set up because of certain names and certain people coming. And we're not dead though. CYN, we just basically took a big step back, took a deep breath, and we're back on it now. I actually literally just probably 4 minutes ago got off the phone with EC3, and we're coming back very hard, very strong. The great rebrand is what he's calling it. So
Yeah, I got the great rebrand, and any details you want to spill on what that might be like?
um I don't want to give anything away, but what I will say is if you pay attention to any of the feedback and stuff that CYN was getting through the time we've had, we're going back to like what people loved us, and like a lot of people loved us in the beginning, then they were kind of confused on where we were going. We're just getting back to where we were, our roots, and where we needed to be, I think, from the beginning. So I'm excited about it. I don't get excited about shit, so I'm excited about it. So that's awesome.
I mean, you got this blonde in the picture with you, and you could tell by the look on her face she's giving you some
Oh,
attention.
that girl.
Yeah.
Dude, that girl. Now I remember, because like when you first said it, I was like, I'm just gonna go with what he's saying. But now I actually remember. She's married and has like 3 kids, and dude. She pulled me aside. She's like, "Do you think I can get your Snapchat?" I was like, "I don't send pictures of my penis." She's like, "What? What do you mean?" I was like, "Well, I'm an adult. Like, first off, I'm an adult. I don't have a Snapchat. Second off, that's the
Yeah.
only reason you have Snapchat is if you're you're either a whore or you're cheating on your husband." And she's married with kids. So she ended up following me on Instagram and messaged me. She's like, "Am I ever going to see you again?" I was like, let's hope not. Like, just go back to your 9 to 5 life and your housewife material and leave me alone.
God, man, it sounds
That
like
blows my mind though, because like a girl will be like, "Well, why doesn't this guy take me seriously?" Because of shit like that. And now if I was to be with that girl, if I was to take that girl seriously, what in my mind makes me think she's not going to do the same thing to me when she meets someone a little bit cooler? I mean,
yeah,
no one's cooler than me, but
yeah, and then you get into the whole thing. It's just like a one and done thing? Is this, is she gonna try to start coming to shows and following me around? You got to
Well,
think
that's
about.
the thing. That's the thing too. Is like I'm not like I'm not gonna say I'm not. Fuck it. I'm great in bed. So I'm not gonna like give her a little bit of that. And like you said, now she's following me around, or she gets pregnant and I'm stuck with a kid, or like, and plus there's so much energy that comes into sex, and you have sex with like a trashy dumb girl, and next thing you know, all that energy just comes with you. And I'm cool. I'd rather just.
Yeah, because
Rather,
you got to worry about no energy after that.
I'd rather just strengthen the wrist.
Yeah, because you got to work on that collar and elbow and the strong just the better the collar and elbow. We know that. Just by facts.
I usually jerk off right before my match, and then when I lock up, I put my hand in my opponent's face.
Just get the gravy all in there. Maybe you can adapt that into a finisher. Later on down the road. The
Well, yeah, it's like we'll call it the mandible balls.
I can guarantee you that will go over so hard, pun intended.
That's true.
So, what's your schedule like, man? You've been banging out these shows because I know you're in Florida, and Florida got kind of shitted on by Ian.
Yeah, our actually like the epicenter of the hurricane hit. Like we're in Fort Myers, North Fort Myers, and we were supposed to get like the tail of it, but then it like turned or whatever the fuck it did, and it hit us hard. Like my family's okay, my property's okay, but like our neighborhood is fucked. Like our city, everything. Like the gyms 2 weeks later just opened up. Our water, we still have to boil it.
Mm-hmm.
We got power back and stuff, but it hit us hard, man. That shit sucked. But my schedule, you see, I'm not like other indie guys, and I'm not one of those guys that are like, I just want to wrestle. Someone booked me. I just really want to wrestle this week. No, man. Like I am a higher caliber of a star, and what I bring to the table is like when I explained this on my podcast today. When promoters book me, they're not just booking me to show up and wrestle. I do voiceovers for. I mean, you've heard them. I do the voiceovers for the Facebooks, the Instagrams, the Twitters. I make that shareable. I do all the match graphic voiceovers for them. I help promote the show. I share my match graphics. I get my promo done. I get on. Then I dig towards the person I'm facing, and I make that one booking their greatest decision ever. So it's very easy for them to bring me back. So when it comes to like people are like, where you booked this month? Like I got one this month. I had 2 shows this month. What do you mean, man? I've got 6 shows this month. How much money are you making? Who are you facing that's worth it? What are you doing for your career that's helping it? Because I had the show with District Wrestling, Championship District Wrestling in Atlanta, and just those clips from spitting fire and doing what I did in that match, just those clips alone have lasted me all the way into my next booking, and they're still going around. So now this last match I had with Jake Sterling, which wasn't anything big, it was like basically like a pre-show for a show coming up this Sunday. That match got so much attention, and those highlight reels are going around the internet to the point where all I have to do now is just work out and get ready for my next match, which is FIP, which Evolve, who got sold to WWE, used to own FIP. So I'm working with the top caliber companies. So when it comes down to it, like I'm not gonna drive to Georgia for $50 to go wrestle in front of 12 people just to get some reps. I am the reps. Other people ask me too, like, where do you train at? I don't train. I started training 24 months ago. I trained for 2 months, had my first match, trained for 3 more months, and thought I don't need to train anymore. What the fuck else am I gonna learn? I'm really good at this. Every single, like that last match I had with Jake Sterling, people were like, damn, bro, I could tell you were really kicking it in training, bro. I could tell you were probably nose to the grindstone. No, I wasn't, bro. The day of the match, I was sitting on the toilet and I was watching Impact from like 2002 on Pluto TV, and I'm checking my Facebook. I can hear it going off, and I hear like the crowd building up. So I switch back to Impact, and he hits this move set. So I'm like, that moveset was cool, but that's nothing I would do. So let me switch this, and I would do this instead, and this and that. Next thing you know, that duck under, grab, catch his leg, flip it over, grab and drop on my knee. People are like, what'd you think of that, dude? I got to the show, explained to the guy verbally what I wanted to do, and and we did it live. I didn't practice. And the thing is, like, you get to these shows and you got guys in the ring going over every single fucking detail of their match. And then if you watch the match later, it never happens the way they did it. Just go out there and fucking just ding, 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 lock up. What are we doing? What's that? What's next? What do we want to do? That's true fucking art form of what we do. And I just think anything else is just pussy bullshit. So back to the booking now. Austin Theory was the same way. He worked an Evolve show, an FIP show, and then he was off for the rest of the month. Nobody asked fucking Austin Theory, why aren't you wrestling for Georgia Pro Wrestling? Because he didn't need to. I don't need to. I'm on the right path.
And see, it's so funny. I love hearing that because, most guys are like, they'll drive across the entire country, sleep in their car 4 nights, trying to make it, North California for like $35 or something. And I mean, I guess the positive to that side of it is you do get to wrestle in front of people that may not have ever seen you wrestle, but at the same time, it's a risk reward. And I don't, it's like, is really anything going to come out of me driving 3,000 miles?
I did it the first time. I drove to Georgia and I fought Jake Sterling, the kid I wrestled last week. And then the next time I drove to Georgia, it was 1-on-1 against Enzo Amore. So, I mean, that was obviously worth it. I came out, cut a promo, and the video on my fucking YouTube has like 21,000 views on it. So that was worth it. Yep. Then so that was 2 trips to Georgia. I was about 2 months in the business, about 3 months in the business at this point. Then I went for a 3rd time to Georgia, and when I got there, they were like, hey, we're going to change some things around. We're going to let this guy wrestle instead. So if you guys could just, grab a seat. I got my fucking car and drove home. I got a phone call from my coach, and he's like, I don't know who the fuck you think you are, and like you can't be making I told him simple. I'm like, dude, listen, cut the bullshit. I'm not one of those guys that are like, hey, there's still a good opportunity for you. Just sit in the chair and everyone's going to fuck the respect thing. I drove here and no one's going to notice if I'm here or not. So I left. I went home and I went to the gym, and he was mad at me for probably about 8 hours. And once he realized that I wasn't going to hit him up and be like, listen, I'm really sorry about that, because I wasn't, and I'm never going to apologize for something I'm not sorry for. So I think that was around the time where my coach was like, all right, he is who he is. My coach realized from the beginning, because when I started, he was like, do you want to be an indie guy or do you want to be a superstar? And I was like, fuck, should I answer this conceited and say superstar because that's what I want to be? But like in reality, I am an independent wrestler, so fuck, whatever. Superstar. He's like, good answer. So my training started off with me learning where the hard cam is, where the roaming cams would be, commercial breaks, call times from the refs, and then I learned how to do a hip toss, an arm drag, and a body slam. So I'm very, very different. My coach will tell anybody who asks, who trained you? He's like, I didn't do shit. I fucking taught him how to do a hip toss, arm drag, and a body slam. I put my hand on his back and pushed him in the right direction, and he fucking went. Because like the thing is, like a lot of people get comfortable and complacent in this business. They're like, well, I've got 300 fans and I'm booked. Okay, cool. I'm not happy with that. I'm not happy until my bank account's fucking bursting with money. My mom's comfortable and happy. My brother's comfortable and happy. That's when I'll start getting comfortable. But these guys are like, yo, I was an extra on WWE and I have 1,000 fans. Like, that's enough for you? If that's enough for you, fucking God bless you. Cool, whatever. But I'm not happy. People are like, you've been in the ring with guys like Weston Blake, Shane Douglas, BJ Mecca. You've been in the ring with guys like Enzo, Big Cass. You've taken titles, multiple titles, 5 titles within the first 2 years. Damn, dude, you're on fire. I'm like, that ain't shit. That ain't shit. There's so much more I wanted to do that I didn't get to do. Let's talk about that instead.
Why would you stop there? That makes no sense to be like, oh, I've done this shit for 2 years now. I've done it all. I can hang it up now. That makes no sense.
My goal when I first came down here, there was a group of guys, and they were it's Tampa Bay Pro is what their school is, and they were all in like this group of friends, and they all supported each other, and I was like, damn, I wish I had that support. Then I realized that like no matter how good I was and how great my matches were and how hard I tried, that this group of guys were never gonna give me a fucking rub. Like the better I was, that not only them, there was other guys too, but like there's a group of guys that just would never ever it would burn their flesh to give me a compliment. And once I realized that, I was like, all right, well, I guess it's fucking lonely at the top. So I just started making fucking enemies, and I just started saying whatever the fuck I wanted, whenever the fuck I wanted, and they reacted to it, and I started real and raw. So like I said, like my goal then was to be like, I need to be better than these guys, and I set my bar so fucking low. Within like 2 weeks, I'm main eventing, and they're like, hey, and then it started coming around. And one of them even admitted, like, bro, I fucking hated you when you first started. I'm like, why? They're like, you know why?
Why? Because they could tell you were fucking natural at it?
And that's the thing. Like I told my coach said too, he's like, I'm just letting you know right now, a lot of people aren't going to like you. I was like, is it because of like my move set, or he's like, no, it's because you're fucking 24 months in the business, and you're like, I was an extra on Raw before I had my first match. Then I had my first match the week later. I was on SmackDown. Then I was on NXT. Then I was on Takeover. Then I did WrestleMania, and people were like, who is this kid? Because like I'm nobody's son or cousin or brother. Like my family's not in this business. I didn't come from wrestling. So it truly fucking business people. And my coach, he's a great guy, and he's got connections in the business and whatever. He's respected, but he's not a big name guy. He's not a Seidel or a Jay Lethal or a Nightmare Factory. So a lot of these guys are going to these schools thinking, Cody Rhodes trains me. No, he doesn't. And he's probably there maybe once a year. Fuck off. Same thing with like Jay Lethal. I know these kids. And I'm like, how is it training with Jay Lethal? They're like, well, he's there like sometimes. It's usually just us students. What? Okay. So
yeah,
anyways, I completely hijacked that fuck. That was like one question and I turned it into 12. My bad, dude.
No, I don't care, because I've did interviews with people where I've had to like coach them and like lead them, and then like oh, you know, like, yeah, and it's just like if you take it wrong with it, that's fine with me, because that's less work for me, and I'm a work smarter, not harder guy.
I just got, I guess I can't show you the address, but I just got something in the mail that says August Artois.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Hold on. Keep talking.
I'm interested. Yeah. This is like Bluetooth mail. We just got it later.
What is it? It's a bunch of stickers. Dude, I literally like, what's the chances? What's the chances of that?
Yeah, because you've got like
no, I mean, hold on, let me show you what it is before you hold on. What are the chances of this? Where's it at? Bro, I don't even know what it is, to be honest.
Where did it come from?
It's from Pittsburgh. It doesn't say who it's from, though.
That's wild. Somebody wants you to have a American Nightmare sticker.
But they're not even stickers. It's just little pieces of cardboard. Look at this one. Look at this fucking. Hold on, look at.
What in the? God, I want to say somebody sent it to the wrong person, but it's got your name on it.
Bro, it literally says August Artois. I don't like a single thing about this because that's my address.
That that raises more questions than answers.
Yeah, man, that doesn't make me happy. Oh well.
It seems like almost like fan mail, but Jesus Christ, why would they send
5105 Berlin Way, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I gotta find out who the fuck that is. I don't know anybody in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, you'll have to like Google search that or something.
Or I'll just go on my Facebook and put, who the fuck just sent me some stupid shit?
Yeah, because in WWE shop they just dropped the American Nightmare symbol tattoo, and so I don't think you really need a American Nightmare tattoo.
Yeah, I'm really confused. Oh well.
Well, you know, maybe somebody's watching this, they can provide some insight on what.
Is this live?
Oh yeah.
Oh, and fuck, if you're watching this right now, Don't ever send me shit again, you weird son of a bitch, because I'm gonna send a package of anthrax back to that address now.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good thing. You got the return address, so and
They
you know,
spelled my name right. I'll give them that. That's cool.
too bad it wasn't like a Polaroid of like a naked girl or something.
Oh wait, someone asked me. It's starting to come back now. Someone asked me not too long ago what my address was, and I gave it to them without even. I think. I don't know. Back to the interview. I'm fucking confused.
Yeah, no, I'm vested in this now. You know,
That's
who's
weird though that I just mentioned fucking. Is Cody Rhodes sending me stuff? He's like, hey man, come train at my school. I'm here all the time.
maybe maybe on promo nights. That's about it.
Oh shit.
That's fucking great though. What are the odds? Like you were saying, we were just talking about it, and you know, you mentioned it. Now you got some
That's
weird shit.
weird. That's weird. I'm gonna be covered in Cody Rhodes stickers now.
There you go. And, and speaking of fans, I seen I guess maybe it was a couple of days ago you posted that you hate kids, but
I
there's one
do.
that you hate a little less, and that's not the important part of the post. The important part is you have spilled drinks on this girl. You what?
Yeah, there's multiple videos. Every like I started 2 years ago, and this little girl, like I remember my first match, and the crowd's just chanting Sterling, Sterling. Everyone's booing me, and I hear this little voice, yes, yes. I'm like, what the fuck? So then, like after the show, the mom comes up with the girl. They buy a T-shirt. The next show, she comes up during my entrance. She's like, look at my shirt, look at my shirt. And I turned her around and I pointed the shirt out and showed what it said. And I turned her back around. I flipped her off and I pushed her face backwards. So then the next time I come out, she has her little drink in her hand. I take her drink and throw it down at her feet, flip her off, tell her to get the fuck out of my face. Every single time I come to another show, she's there with more August Artois merch. And she's that little voice in the crowd. Yes, yes. She actually had her parents fly. Dude, this is nuts. I wrestle in Florida. She saw me in Florida. So I'm in Georgia and her mom messaged me and goes, we're out here. Where? She goes, we're outside. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? They came all the way to Georgia. That's not the crazy part. I'm in Cleveland, Ohio with Control Your Narrative, and I'm sitting outside smoking before my match, and I look over and she's like, oh yes. I was like, hey, wait a minute. We're in Ohio. She's like, yeah, me and my mom flew up to see you. I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. So I can't deny the little bitch. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
She's
and I
like
mean,
12 years old or something, but she loves me. She's a huge fan. Her parents both hate me, you know, in the sense of August Artois. But yeah, dude, she's a huge fan. She's has her parents give me all their money, so I love it.
and see, and now if somebody says, "Oh God, August he isn't over," I mean, if you got people flying from one state to another to see you, I'd say you're pretty fucking over.
Yeah, and plus, if people say I'm not over, they're just fucking really under, and maybe under a lot of stress because I'm so over. It's sad, dude, because like a lot of people, they'll be like, the one kid, he was drunk at a show and he was explaining, he's like, you've never been on AEW Dark. I was like, I know, dude, thank God. And he's like, what? What is that supposed to mean? I'm a better worker than you. I can do more moves than you. I was like, yeah, here you are, brother, fucking explaining yourself to me while I'm barely listening. Like, there's a difference. There's a huge difference, and it doesn't. You can do all the fucking moves in the world, but if you don't have it, and you just don't have it. I could literally go out there and do nothing. People say like, "Hey, what's your move set?" I'm like, "I don't have one." What do you do? I'm like, "I punch, I kick, I talk a lot of shit." That's all you do? I'm like, "That's all I need to do." I come out and piss every single person in that crowd off. A fucking broom could come out next, and the crowd's gonna want that broom to win.
I'm so glad you touched on that because I I guess in the sense of where wrestling is today, I'm old school, and I don't think people nowadays understand that a good promo, so to speak, can sell just as many tickets as some fucking big match. That if some guy comes out and talks a bunch of shit, then like you said, the crowd's gonna be like, I'm gonna show up to the next show just to watch August get his ass kicked.
I always say it this way: whether you want to see me win or you want to see me lose, you want to see me. Doesn't
And
matter if you want me to win or fucking lose. I'm still the guy out there made of it. It's who else did that? I think it was The Miz. Yeah, The Miz when he first came in, and I didn't watch wrestling from like 2001 up until 2018. But I heard stories and I see clips. But I heard The Miz came in and people fucking hated him. They truly fucking just hated him because he did. He had everything he needed to be. And then he got into it with Cena, and next thing you know, he's main eventing, and everyone's like, "You fucking suck," and everyone fucking hates you. And he's like, "Yeah, but I'm in the main event with John Cena, so fucking shut the fuck up."
yeah, your little and God, I absolutely hate the internet wrestling community and wrestling fans in general because they all have these useless, stupid fucking opinions, and they think their opinion means more than the work you put in. Like they go to a show and they're like, "Oh, I saw August live and he fucking sucked." Like, okay, yeah, you could. No matter how many times you say that out loud, it's not going to be true. Your opinion's useless.
There's something I saw. It was like, fuck, I'm gonna have to bring it up because it's really cool. Hold on. Damn it. Did I cut out when I did that?
Yeah, just for a second, it did.
Then never mind. I can't bring it up. It said something like about being the bad guy. And it was like, if I suck as much as you people truly say I suck, then my name wouldn't be in your mouth so much. Like if I really sucked, they'd be like, damn, that kid sucks. Like, what? Next? Let's go on to this guy now. It's like,
August sucks. He's not even good. His wrestling's not good. He can't do this. He can't do
it bothers you and it fucking sucks. But it's good for me because like when I first started, let me flip my phone back this way. When I first started, I started talking a bunch of shit to Garrett Bischoff. We had a match lined up, so I started going in on it and nobody knew. I worked the entire wrestling community to the point where one guy screenshotted my shit and made a status about it. The status itself had about like 20 something shares. It had 184 comments, and all the comments were like, fuck this kid. Fuck this kid. He's a loser. He's a punk. I don't even know him, but if I ever seen him, I'd beat his fucking ass. Finally, somebody was like, you realize what you're doing?
Yeah.
Like you're not talking about Tim. You're talking about August Artois, and you're screaming his name from the rooftops. You guys just basically printed off a billboard for me and put it out in the middle of this because like people were hitting me up. Promoters were like, "Hey, I don't know who you are, but I see your name a lot. People are saying that you're an asshole, this and that, but hey, man, seems like you know how to work. What's your rate?" Next thing you know, dude, I'm making the kind of money that these guys fucking could only dream of making for fucking. I mean, I'm not. Never mind. I won't go that far and tell you the price. But I got paid a lot of money. I was 2 months in the business, and I got paid a lot of money to go to Georgia to wrestle Shane Douglas. And it was the kind of money that most people would be like, I don't deserve that. What did I do to deserve? I was like, yep. Because if you act the way you need to be paid. If I act like a $20 entertainer, I'm gonna get paid $20. But like, and I work with guys too, but I'm not stupid, and I'm not gonna like I had mentioned earlier. I'm not gonna be one of those guys that are like driving all night, fucking blowing my tire out, using all my gas, burning through my oil, just to get a maybe or a shitty match with some rookie kid. I'm cool.
Yeah, no, and I think that's the name of the game. It's got to be a win-win. Yeah, you're showing up and you're going to put on a show for the promoter, but also the promoter's got to ship up and show in return.
Yeah, a lot of promoters are fucking dumb though. Like I've had promoters like when I first started with the Garrett Bischoff thing, they were in my inbox. Hey man, I just want to tell you, I don't know. Again, I know what you're doing right now. You're getting a lot of attention, but you're doing it all wrong, man. You need to really take a step back and reanalyze yourself. So I hit my coach up. I was like, "What do I do, dude? Like, these are legit promoters. Like, in a private message, like, this is real now." He's like, "What do you think you should do?" I was like, "I should tell him it's a work." He's like, "Nope. You should tell him to suck your dick." I was like, well, "Okay, suck my fucking dick." And the promoter's like, "You'll regret this." Fast forward 23 months now, and that same promoter's in my fucking inbox, and he's like, how much is your rate? I'm like, brother, Here's my rate. Here's your rate.
Yeah, bro, you fucked yourself
Big time.
several months back, and now you want me to come bring the house for you so you can make money when
It's the thing
before.
is like if the promoter and the fans are happy, I don't give a shit about the boys in the back. Not even in the slightest, because like I've had guys come up to me and they're like, dude, like I like the whole real and raw thing, but maybe you should wait like a few years before you start doing like maybe just get in, be a wrestler and just, be you. Maybe come out in like a singlet and let people know like who you are as a wrestler, then be August. I was like, fuck you. Don't try to stifle me, you prick.
Yeah, and that's goes back to one of those things that the thing that kills me about the wrestling community is they're like, oh, you've got to be over before you really come in with your gimmick. You've got to get yourself over first. And like, why do you got to get yourself over first to be who you are and who you want to be? It makes no sense.
And people ask too, they're like, so your character is just an asshole? I'm like, I'm not a character. August, no, my name is not August Artois, but that's me. If you look at The Rock, that's The Rock turned up. That's Stone Cold turned up. That's The Undertaker turned up. Like, my mom, I was talking to my mom about it, and I was like, after shows, people will come up and be like, they'll just come up and like put their arm around me and throw their camera out in front. And I'm like, what the fuck? And they're like, what, bro? I'm like, you ain't taking no picture of me. Like, oh, you're still in character? I'm like, bro, I don't clock out of this shit. This is me. Get the camera out of my face.
And speaking of,
I
you
knew
stole
this was coming.
somebody's cell phone, didn't you?
Yeah, I knew that was coming. I got asked about that the other day. Some kid's like, hey, did you seriously break a kid's phone? I was like, I take it you watched the video. He's like, yeah. I was like, well, first I'd like to thank you for being a fan. I don't know why you're in the locker room, but thanks for being a fan.
Yep.
And you're asking me about something I did out there in the locker room right now. So I don't know why you're even in this fucking locker room. Take your boots off and go buy a ticket to the show. But he's like, I saw, dude. The light was on the camera and the phone was on, and you smashed it, dude. There was no faking that. I saw the kid's reaction. That's fucked up. I said, well, listen, let me ask you this: am I in jail? Am I booked on the next FIP show? Did the building that we did it at? Did they have a problem with it? Did they shut down the whole show? So shut the fuck up, dude. Go, like I said, go buy a ticket to the goddamn show.
That's fucking wild. Just like getting all in your shit in the locker room. That's cringe.
That's the thing. Like, it's funny. Like, if you go to any of the shows I'm on, like, here's the locker room, and here's where I get dressed. I just don't. And it's not that I don't get along with people. It's just I don't care. I don't have time to. I'm here to do my job. I'm here to put the match together, have a match of the night like I always fucking do, tear the house down and go home. I'm not here to fucking figure out what you got going on in your life, and we're not going to be friends. We're not going to camp together. We're not going to go barbecue. We're not going to hang out. And if you ask me if I want to go have like a bite to eat after, no, I'm going home to my fucking cats. Simple. Everybody knows that. So like a lot of people would dislike that. They're like, well, he's not really one of the boys. Goddamn fucking right I'm not. And I never will be. I have a brother, that's my boy. And I have the close friends that I've made in the business, those are my boys. No, I'm not in the back fucking. And like when I walk in the locker room and someone's like, hey, bro. I'm like, you ever fucking fake punch me while I'm in a locker room again, I'll break your fucking wrist. Don't ever, like, I just literally lost every single bit of respect for you.
That sounds like a bunch of like shit that like I would do like with my friends in high school to like walk up to them and like, and we're all obviously adults. We're all out of high school. There's no need for that.
But there's times to play grab ass, but like, even if I met you for the first time, like I'm not gonna play grab ass with you the first time, but if we get to know each other and our vibes click, then yeah, maybe the fourth, fifth time we're gonna play grab ass because we're boys now. But don't come in just because we're all wrestlers doesn't mean we're all buddies. Get the hell out of here, fucking weirdos. I hate that shit because like one guy came up to me after my match and like the crowd's going crazy. The crowd's chanting, "Thank you, August." Everybody in the locker room, my coach is crying because he's so proud of me. And this one fucking guy who will remain unnameless, he's a big, dumb, stupid son of a bitch, comes up to me. He's like, "You did too much." What?
The
He goes,
fuck?
you did too much in your match. Mind you, this guy's a deathmatch wrestler. He's like, you did too much. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you had way too many moments. I was like, cool, man. The crowd loves it, promoter loves it, I love it. So, with all due respect, he goes, I heard you like to argue. Who the fuck are you? Who am I arguing with? Get the fuck out of my face, dude.
He approached you and fucking confronted you, and he's talking about arguing.
I heard you like to argue. Well, whoever you heard it from, tell them to suck my dick from the back and put your nose in my butthole.
If they haven't already.
I hate those fucking. I hate wrestling. I hate the pre-show shit, the post-show shit. I hate the bookings, the driving, the talking, the getting ready, the getting undressed. I hate everything about wrestling except for when you get in the ring. When my music hits, I love that. I get in the ring. I love that. While the match is going on, I black out. My body goes numb. I don't care about anything. And then 1, 2, 3, ding, ding, ding. Back to fucking reality. Don't talk to me.
Yeah, I always am like really self-conscious when I go to shows about approaching wrestlers because you guys get approached by thousands of people a year. And so I'm not trying to come off as like that, hey dude, you're cool, man. And so like I always think about how you guys deal with these fucking smelly ass like fans, but it never occurred to me that you guys got to deal with dumbass coworkers too.
Oh, the coworkers, I think the coworkers are the worst. I have probably like 3 fans that hit me up at least like 300 times a day. I don't give a shit. I answer every message they send me. I mean, everyone gets into this business and they're like, this is what they take a picture with a fan, like this is what it's all about. But whenever like a fan who's a grown man, maybe wearing a Pokemon shirt, messages you, that's weird. Like the kids are cool, the girls are cool, the younger guys are cool. But this guy, no, he's fucking weird though, and I'm not gonna give like you're a fucking piece of shit, and you're two-faced. You're sitting there, you can give this person your attention, but this guy doesn't fit your fucking criteria of what a human should look like or how they should act. So now he's a fucking weirdo, and don't message me. You're harassing me. Fuck, you're a fucking loser, dude. You're a loser.
There's a guy around here. He posted that he was like, if I accept a friend request from you and then immediately get a message from you, you're blocked automatically.
Yeah, that's stupid. Like I'll accept the message and I'll accept the friend request and I'll get a message like, hey, thank you for accepting it, and I'll read it. I won't reply to that. But then if it's like, hey, how tall are you and how much do you weigh? I'm like, all right, delete. You're fucking weird.
I did one of the first over the top rope interviews I did was with one of your good friends, Fodder, and at the end of the
I don't
show,
have any good friends. Fodder's my boy. I don't have any friends.
I did an interview with your boy Fodder.
There you go.
We got to the end of the episode, and I was like, throw out your social media out there so people can follow you. And he's like, he goes through his whole spiel, and he's like, the DMs are kind of open, but don't be fucking asking me for cock pics because I'm not sending them.
I mean, I'll send cock pics if the price is right.
And it's got to be the price. The price has got to be right though, because you can't,
No, I'm not sending any dick pics because those are forever. But I will send if somebody wants a pair of my fucking socks or something, I'll send them a pair of socks for $250. I don't give a shit.
Hell yeah. I mean, that's easy money for you.
I sold my gear. I had a pair of tights. I sold those for $100. Show your narrative jacket. I just sold that for $200. Yeah, I wore it once.
That's fucking great though. Make that money, because that's just gonna add to the hatred if you're making money on your bookings and you're selling more merch than these people.
It's funny because like people are like, dude, you shouldn't really talk about like how much money you make like in the locker room. I'm like, okay. Like, so a fan sent me $1,000 the other day because they told me I was fucking cool.
And then you can just see their like faces just kind of like melt a little bit.
People just don't like me, man. Like when they Like there's one guy I know for a fact. When I started, he's already been doing it for 3 years, and he was on a recent show of mine, and I'm sitting there just merch, and after the show, I was like 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, and they're all like, "What the fuck?" Like you see in their face, you can feel the tension. Like that's $200 in his pocket, plus he's getting paid to wrestle too. Like, fuck, man. Like another guy was like, "Hey, have fun in Florida. I'm on my way to Jersey." I was like, "Well, tell me how is it paying for your own flights though?"
Oh, cut deep.
I mean, I'm not trying to be an asshole. It's just a lot of things I say come off. EC3 says it perfect. He's like, August Artois is a dick, but he's the right kind of dick. Like he's the perfect dick, and he's right. I don't care who you are, what status you have, what accomplishments you have. I'm gonna treat you like you bleed blood, like I do.
Yeah, you're equal opportunity offender kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll punch a bitch in the face just as hard as I would a dude.
I can live with it. That's fair. All is fair in love
I'm
and
talking
war.
about I'm talking about wrestling, not like fighting or anything. Plus,
Yeah,
I don't do mixed gender shit, anyways.
yeah. Man, that I would just I have a wrestling group chat on Twitter, and some guy he was only in there for a couple of days, and some people ran him out. But man, he's like, women's wrestling sucks. Women's wrestling shouldn't be in shows or TVs. I hate women's division. All the women suck at wrestling. I was like, what the fuck? Like, God, like what? Like, who hurt you? Like,
He's not wrong. I mean, I don't like women's wrestling. I'm not gonna sit here and fucking. I mean, I'm real and raw. I'm not gonna go overboard and tell you like why I hate it so much, but I'm not entertained by it. What I don't get here, this is a good example. I saw a girl's promo, and she's like, "You like," and I believe like I hate 90% of promos, period. Let alone like a woman's promo. And she's like, "I hate this girl. Like everything about her, and this leads to that." I was like, "Damn, like this is a good promo."
mm-hmm.
And then I'm like following their social media, and then right after the match, they're both in the back with their arms all around. Like, I love her. This is my girl. She's my boo. What happened to everything you like? At least wait a week. Not
Yeah.
right at like it's so fucking stupid. And then on top of that, like in my matches, dude, I can go out there and have like a 4-minute basic match, and I'm coming back with bloody lip or bloody chest or a bruise because I go out there and I tell anybody I'm in the ring with, you better fucking hit me. What do you mean? What do you mean, bro? I'm like, just trust me. You better fucking hit me, and I'll do my job. You just hit me. Fucking lay it in as hard as you can if you need to. Whatever makes you comfortable. But I'm letting you know I don't feel pain when I'm out there. Like I'll be in a match and I'm like, throw me into that. They're like, what? I'm like, throw me into it. Throw me into it, goddammit. Or I'll throw myself into it.
I mean, I guess that's a good thing you don't feel pain during.
I literally don't, dude. It's fucking like I'm not one of those like weird like stab needles through my arm kind of guy, but like when it comes to that shit, dude, I just fucking I'll watch my matches back. I'm like, what? How did I do that? How am I doing that? Like I don't train. I don't train. I don't go to like a gym and like jump on a trampoline. All I do is work out. I watch, and I don't study film. Like I watch my matches and stuff, or I'll watch like old school Raw or SmackDown or like 80s wrestling.
Yeah.
But most of my talent comes from watching movies and listening to music and real life situations that I've been in the world. Like at a bar, I've been at a bar and my friends didn't show up yet, and I pissed off this dude. And he went and got 3 of his friends, and now I needed to know how to fucking back myself into a corner and take out 3 dudes. You just can't be taught. You just can't be taught that kind of stuff.
Yeah. That goes back to the very like DNA that you're born with of the whole fight or flight thing. Yeah, there we go. Now we've got an actual guest on the show. What's the cat's name?
Factory Salem Binks.
That's what I'm fucking talking about right there. I love it.
His sister's name is Emily Monroe Binks.
God, yeah, that's just like fucking perfection is what that is.
Oh yeah.
Man.
He's a good cat.
I'm a cat guy. I had to kick him out though. He was getting a little loud. I thought he might take over the interview and then, kind of outshine me. So he's out there running around doing some weird shit.
Later, dude.
Oh man, I said I was gonna keep it to 30. We went to 45. Man, I absolutely appreciate your time.
If it was honestly, dude, like this is, I mean, I've had three really, like I've had three #1 interviews because of different reasons. Like the one I did, the guy had actually no information on me at all, wasn't prepared, and I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like this is gonna suck. And it was one of the best interviews ever because he just kept fucking rolling off the next thing.
Yeah.
Another interview I had, I was really buzzed and I was just fucking going all out. And that was fun because of me. But this one was good because I felt like I was just kicking it with my boy. Usually I'm like a smart ass to hosts, and I haven't once said anything mean to you. So that's good. That means you're fucking.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad you brought that up because I can kind of, be real, if that's all right with you. I was nervous, man. I thought you were gonna be like, you're poor. I can smell you through the fucking phone. Your beard's crooked. You sound like a fucking hick. And
your beard's straight. Your house looks very neat behind you. I can smell you through the phone. You smell pretty good. You smell like deodorant.
Oh,
hey, you're good to go.
Good. Yeah, I tried.
And plus, you probably have more money than I do. So
I don't know. I'd like to think that you put your body on a lot more than I do. So I'd like to think you get paid for that.
Yeah, I do sometimes, most of the time, all the time.
And
social medias, Twitter, Artois August, Instagram, The Real Artois 7. Just type in August Artois because it'll pop up. Don't be fucking stupid. Go to Facebook, type in August Artois. Just go to Google and type in August Artois. Podcast coming soon, which you will be a guest on, especially now. Real and Raw with August Artois. My Patreon, patreon.com/August Artois. You can hit me up in my DMs. I will respond to your message. Like I said earlier, you can buy my shit. I got 8x10s. I got smaller pictures. I got a stack of Cody Rhodes stickers for sale.
those on the merch table. One of one.
$1 a piece, baby.
There you go. Fuck yeah.
I got this Sunday in Clearwater, Florida at the OCC Roadhouse. We're gonna have Fallout 2022 with I'm gonna be on the show, so that's probably the most important part. Lucky Ali, Anthony Green will be there. The End will be there. Bunch of other people I don't give a fuck about. It's gonna be a pretty dope show.
Yeah, and if people don't come and watch you, and people don't come to see you at a show, fuck everybody else. If they don't come to see you at a show, I gotta imagine their IQ is probably in the single digits.
Yeah, it's down there.
Hi, baby. Would you like to say hello too? Hello, this is the other kitty.
Emily Monroe, what it do?
They are real and raw.
That's fucking great. And as far as the social media links, they are in the description of this video. So if somebody's like, oh my God, didn't catch that, what he say? In the description, they should be hyperlinked. So literally you just have to fucking click it and it'll bring it.
If anybody needs fucking voiceovers too, this has been August Artois with Chasing the Graph. I got voices.
You said that, I was like, man, I'm gonna have to get some shit done because like I got to get a little more professional. And of course,
for you, I'll do it for free.
No, I will pay you. I'll absolutely pay you.
Well, good, because I was lying.
You've got a talent. You should be paid for it. Unlike me, because I can work on cars. People be like, will you fix my car, but I don't have any money? Absolutely fucking not.
Yeah, absolutely fucking not. That's fucking ridiculous.
That was Kermit the Frog.
I love it. That's fucking great. Is there could you do a Kermit the Frog gimmick in the future, maybe?
What's a future baby?
In the future, maybe? Like, could you like do a little Kermit the Frog thing at a wrestling show, maybe?
Maybe. Or Morgan Freeman. Well, I wish I could tell you things happen differently for Chasing the Graph. Well, I wish I could tell you that.
There you
Here
go.
we are on Chasing the Graph with August Artois. He has taken over Florida professional wrestling in simply 2 years.
That's just like that's some next level shit. Like,
Oh, come on, man. Every time I do this shit, bro, I kill that shit. Every single time, bro. Hell
can you do like country hick shit like I got going
Hey,
on?
listen here, brother. What I do right here is I get in that goddamn wrestling ring. I tie my wristband real tight, brother. I do it. I do it for the dirty South. I do it for the old school. You know what I'm talking about, brother? I'm talking about the old school wrestlers that never got their chance. Oh, I won't say, oh. All right. I'm doing it for the Ric Flairs. You know what I'm saying? The Arnie Andersons, all them motherfuckers. Let me tell you that much right now, goddamn.
God dang, you sound like
So,
90% North Carolina.
I've been like wrestling for like 3 years now, but like I have an OnlyFans, but like not an Instagram. So if you just like send me your money, I'll send you pictures of my feet.
Will you send pictures of your butthole too?
Hey, I'll send you pictures of your butthole.
Oh man, God, that's some next level shit. I know it made my night. I hope it made everybody. I hope everybody else watching. I hope it made their night too. This was by far one of the best ones that I've been a part of. And
Yeah, we can definitely do it. We can definitely do a part two because I still got like 150 fucking things to say.
yeah, we will absolutely do a part two. And as soon as we end this video, I'm gonna hit you up in your DMs, not for dick pics or used socks, but I'm gonna get 8x10. So.
What am I gonna do with all these socks?
we don't need we don't need the dried up socks either.
All right, brother, man. It's been fucking real. It's been fucking raw.
Hell yeah, man! I'm glad you had a good time, and I'd like to think that I stayed safe there in this interview, so that was a success in its own. And I appreciate you for hopping on, taking the time, and I appreciate everyone watching. I'm gonna share this over the next couple of days. I'm gonna cut some clips and share it over the next couple of days. Yeah, so I appreciate everyone watching. Until the next episode, we will see you next time.
Peace.